Jabari loves his baby boy. He just wants his mother, Sherry, to stop questioning his son's paternity. His girlfriend, Janaea, says she's positive the baby is his because she had a DNA test done when the baby was born. She just doesn't know where those results are. But Jabari says he was never swabbed nor had his blood drawn at the hospital, so he has no idea what she's talking about. Is there any chance that the baby's not Jabari's?
It's 100% Jabari's.
100%?
1,000%, a million
1,000%, a million percent?
Yes.
Why does Jabari have doubts?
Because of his mother. She's been implanting that same question in her head since even when I was pregnant. She's been implanting that in his head.
But you never, like, cheated on him or anything?
I cheated on him after I had my baby. 3 months after I had my son, I cheated on him. Not during my pregnancy, not before.
Yeah, but you
after.
can't change the DNA of a baby after you give birth, right?
I know.
All right, she says you're sneaky. Are you sneaky?
No.
You look sneaky.
I'm not. No, just because I'm just...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you got a little sneaky look to you, but that I could be wrung.
No, I'm just pretty.
So when she said, like, hey, this dude dropped her off, it looked like they were just out on a date.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a conversation with her after that, which the young man even told her, hey, I'm just dropping her off. I was sloppy drunk that day. I went out with my best friend that day. And her brother ended up taking us home because who's going to drive us? We can't drive, we're drunk.
Right.
And he went up to her and said, I'm just dropping her off.
You say that there was a DNA test done at the hospital, right?
Yes, sir.
And Jabari says, I don't remember that.
I secretly went behind and I asked the nurse, could she do it for me? Just for me, not for Jabari.
Right.
I wanted to do it. I asked her, could she do it? And she did. She came back and
How did she do it?
She went back and told me that she went into his test results or his blood and she compared their blood types together.
She did what?
She compared their blood types together.
How did she get his blood?
She went back on his file. So
yeah,
I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked, but that's what she told me.
Because I could have the same blood test as Jabari.
I know, but that's what she told me before I left the hospital.
Yeah,
she gave me those results.
She gave you bad info.
Yeah, basically, I don't know.
Yeah. So, you know, no DNA test was done now, right?
Yeah.
He's a good dad?
He's a great dad. He
seems like just off the tape, he seems like a really good young guy.
He's an amazing dad.
Yeah, that's good. Did Sherry ever threaten to fight you?
Yeah, she has.
That's kind of weird.
I know. I know.
It'd be like my father-in-law trying to fight me. Like,
yes, she has.
Sit down, old man.
Yeah, she's threatened me before.
Could you take her?
Huh? Without a doubt in my mind, there's never going to be a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, but it's never going to come to that, right?
Yeah, it's never going to come to that.
Yeah. I mean, you need her to keep her nose out of the biz.
Yes, I would really like her to just leave it alone and did it.
But you think this DNA test would probably cure a lot of the problems that you're having?
Yes, it would.
Well, let's meet your future mother-in-law. Sherry.
You're a liar. You're sneaking. You know it's not his kid. You know it. Janai, come on, tell the truth. You taking advantage of my son because you know he's a good man. I raised him to be like to take responsibility of his.
Well, first of all, you're delusional. You need to mind your business. Your son is a grown man. He takes care of our household. He's a man. He has a job. Takes care of his family, his son. That's his son. Why do I have to lie? If I didn't want to be with your son, I don't have to be with your son. I don't have to be with nobody I don't want to. I'm grown myself. If your son don't want to be with me, he don't have to be with me either. But that's his child. And you, like I said, you need to mind your business. You're in 20-year-old business. You know how old you are? You're in 20-year-old business. This is none of your business. Your son is happy with me and happy with his family. And you just can't take that. You can't take that. You can't take that.
Janaya,
Sherry?
that is my son.
Okay.
I'm going to be in his business when it come down to this here.
Not with me.
You know what I'm saying?
Not with me.
Ain't nobody going to take advantage.
Well, let's bring out Jabari. I kind of solved the whole DNA thing at the hospital for you.
Okay.
She was under the impression that there was a DNA test, but you can't just look at a chart and say, oh, he's blood type O, and, you know, that means, no, it doesn't work like that. But You've been in a relationship with her for 4 years? Yeah, and how would you describe that?
It's a really good relationship. I've been happy. One of my best relationships, actually, honestly. You feel me? That's
Well,
why.
I mean, at 16, I can't imagine you had a ton under your belt. So, but she seems like she's in love with you and you're in love with her.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about the little boy?
Oh, I love my little boy, man. It's the little smile he gives me every day. It's makes everything worthwhile. I'm a little sunshine. Yeah. You feel me?
When you look at him, when you hold him, do you feel like he's your son?
Oh, for sure. You
Yeah.
feel me? And everything he do, you know what I'm saying? I get a little jumpy every time he come around. You feel me? Not in a bad way, but
Oh, yeah.
in a good way.
You've cheated on her before?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, listen, I'm not going to get hung up on that because when you're really young,
Yeah.
that stuff happens, man.
Yeah.
Right? But now you're not cheating anymore?
Oh yeah, nah. It's.
She gave up cheating?
I hope so.
Did you?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did,
I've been
huh?
gave that up.
Yeah.
I hope he did too.
Yeah. Jabari, you came here and took a DNA test to find out if this little boy is yours. And the results of that DNA test, Jabari, is that you are not the father of
Boy, that is your baby. I didn't cheat on you. I was pregnant. I didn't cheat on you, baby. I promise.
This bitch, bro.
Jabari, this is your baby. I promise you, please. Jabari, please, baby, please. I didn't cheat on you before I got pregnant. I was living with you and your mama. Please, Jabari. Please, baby, please. Please, baby, please. I didn't cheat on you while I was pregnant. I got pregnant. I lived with you and your mama the entire time. I got pregnant. Please, baby, please. Please, baby, please. Please, baby, I didn't cheat on you, please. I didn't cheat on you when I was pregnant. I didn't.
I'm trying to be calm.
Baby, I did it. I promise. Jabari, I promise, please. Jabari, please. Jabari, please. Jabari, please. I didn't. No, Jabari, baby. I didn't cheat on you before I got pregnant. I wasn't pregnant. I was period when I was with you.
I don't hear that.
My period right after Jabari. No, get off me. No, get off me. Get off me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. No, I'm not talking to y'all. Get off me.
Ma'am, no.
No, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Oh, yeah, get off of me. Get off of me. No, please, move out my way. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. I can't. Jabari!
I think I was as shocked as everybody in this audience because the way she talked and the way you are, I really thought that this result was going to come back that you were the father.
You and me both, Steve. You and me both.
Now, knowing that you're not the father, I can't imagine being 20 years old, thinking that you were dad, raising this child, and then you're not the father. Now, what do you think happens now?
I don't know. I can't even give you an answer right now, honestly. My head is everywhere right about now. I don't know. I feel like my time wasted.
I totally understand that.
I feel like my time wasted. Nigga been 3 jobs, wasted my teenage years to be a father, and for what? For what reason?
You think you stay with it, Janaya? I gotta imagine a really hard part is that you've developed a bond with the little boy.
Exactly. He got my name and everything, bro. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess it was God's plan at this point, you know.
You were right. She took advantage of your son because he's a stand-up guy. He was taking care of the babies, working 3 jobs. What do you want to say to your son?
Son, no matter what. He's been in our life. He's been in our life. He's a part of us. No, he's a part of us. Just know he's a part of us, okay?
She's super upset. We're trying to calm her down just for the fact we just want her not to get crazy. Would you mind just talking to her so she can say what she wants?
Ain't nothing to talk about, bro.
I mean, we can go back. Yeah, I know there's nothing to talk about, but would you allow her just to say what she wants to, and then you could say whatever you want, and then we'll end it there? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mom, we're gonna just have you stay.
Let me up.
It's all right.
Watch out, that homie's get out my way.
He's right here. Jabari's right here.
Get out my way, don't touch me. I got going on, bitch. My bitch.
So, what you doing here?
I do these bitches here playing with me, Jabari. That's not your son. Bro.
Why are you lying to
Bro,
me?
I
Tell me the
see it.
truth.
Okay,
No,
listen.
no, don't come in here with no
Hold
camera,
on.
bro. I'm not being
Hold
on my camera, bro. Don't
That's
come in
fine.
here with no camera.
No camera.
Bro, don't come in here with no cameras, bro. Back up. What you talking about?
Okay,
I don't
listen.
have to lie about a bitch ass thing about no
This is a scientific report, okay?
bro.
And there's 0%
Bro,
probability.
that is a lie,
Not
bro.
1%. This is 0%.
Bro.
Why is this lying?
Bro, I don't have to
what I'm
lie about
saying.
no.
Why did-
Bro, I
you have
do
the chance,
exactly
right?
what
Can you
my
come out for
period.
one
Stop,
second?
G.
Listen.
Play with
Listen.
these people.
How am I playing with them?
Bro, you don't play
Listen.
with me, G.
No,
I
listen.
don't have to lie about no
Listen.
kid. I'm pissed.
First
Stop
of
playing
all,
with me.
look, stop. Listen.
I don't
First of
lie,
all,
Steve.
I thought that for sure this was going to come back to
Steve,
you.
he's
But
the
now
dad,
wait.
bro.
Oh, wait a second. Listen to me. If you don't have faith in this, which
I don't have faith
okay,
in none of that.
so
I have
why
faith in
don't
what
you?
I see.
Why don't you go back home
And we
and
are.
hi-
And we're going to do it again and again
do a
and again.
DNA test?
What you talking about?
But the fact is, it's not going to change.
No.
I can't.
I didn't have
can't
sex
believe
with
you
nobody
if I'm
before I
seeing
got
this.
pregnant,
This is a fact. This is 100% science. This isn't disputable. This is taking saliva and saying there's none of you in that little boy. You can't
But Steve,
dispute.
how if I got pregnant right when I moved
not-
in
but
with
you
him
didn't
and I
get-
wasn't having sex with nobody in
But you
2022
didn't.
but him.
But you didn't
I
get
didn't have
pregnant
sex
by
with
him.
nobody.
But you didn't get pregnant by him.
I did. That's the
Okay.
person I was living with.
Okay.
Getting, I didn't have
Okay.
nobody pick me up in the house. No, I was sleeping where I was living with him and his
Listen,
mama.
listen. It's like arguing about whether there's Santa Claus, right? So you want to believe in this fairy
But we can
tale?
take that and I don't care. Because like I said, I've been with you for 4 years the whole time. I've been putting up with your family, your bitch ass mama all this time for what? And that's your baby. I wouldn't have had sex with nobody. Who was I going to have sex with anybody else before I met you?
So let me ask you something. If you took him to court, like say put him on child support, do you think you have any chance of winning?
What do I take him to court for?
Because he's not the father.
He is the dad. That's who I've been having sex with for the past 4 years. I left my ex before him.
I would listen. You know, if you want to give her the benefit of the doubt and go
Jabbar,
home,
I'm not
get a
lying to
DNA
you, G.
test.
What do I have to lie to you for?
but because this doesn't match up.
Bro, that
this is
your,
science.
He look just like, bro.
This is science. If there's
Y'all
anything
play
that
with
we
that,
can do for
homies.
you, we'd be more than happy to help.
Jabbar, I'm not lying to you about child, bro.
But this is not going to change, okay? This will not change. This is undisputable. This is a DNA test. None of him is in that little boy. That's a fact of science. She can keep saying she hasn't slept with somebody, but she didn't get pregnant by him. I tried to talk some sense. We're going to support him any way that we can. I even advised him, if you don't believe this test, which there's no reason not to, go back to your state, take another DNA test, but it's not going to change. It's not going to change. And unfortunately, you know, I think everybody thought that he was going to end up being the father. So it was shocking with the result, but that's what happened. And I have to say, looking back now on the show, the mom was right, that she saw a young man that was responsible, that's a good guy, that was going to take care of her and take care of the baby, and she ran with that. And I don't know why she thought she could come here and that there was going to be a different result. Maybe she deluded herself, but unfortunately, that young man in there is going to have to make tough decisions. And the mother, who becomes so emotionally bonded with this child, it's going to be tough for them. But we will help them in any way we can. 2 weeks ago, Michelle received some disturbing news from her sister, Rita. Rita said that their stepfather molested Michelle's 3-year-old daughter. Both Michelle and her fiancé, Rashad, have a hard time believing Rita's claims, but need to be sure they have not left their daughter in the hands of a predator. And Rita and Michelle's mother, Shalonda, says this is not the first time Rita has accused her husband of being a pedophile and believes she's making up this horrible accusation.
2 weeks ago, not sure what day that was, me, a friend, and another family member was sitting in the car outside. The family member wanted to go in the house to use the bathroom. When she went in the house, it's some interaction that she saw between Robert and my niece. My mom was in the bed, asleep, and the baby was there on Robert's phone. And Robert had some popcorns, like teasing her, you know, with the popcorn type of situation or whatever not. And she said she stopped. She asked the baby what's going on. He quickly interfered. Oh, she want to go outside. She want to go outside. So she was like, whatever. Come on. She got a baby, she said, and she brought her right outside to us. It's 3 of us out there. So she's like, Rita, it's something in the house going on. It's just the energy I got out of the whole scenario. I don't trust it. See what's going on here. I say, give me the baby. I asked her, I'm like, Mama, what's wrong? First off, when she got on top of me, she embraced me really tight. I'm a victim. I know what that embrace means. I didn't want to think too far ahead, so sit up. I sat her up. I questioned her. I say, Mama, do you know your cookie? I taught her what her cookie is. Because I always told anybody touch your cookie, you let me know. I've been there. I know my mama. So you're not going to put nothing past me. Someone violated her in the order she gave me. So now these are the exact questions I asked her. I say, well, has anybody ever touched your cookie? Yes, Auntie. I said, okay. Well, who touched your cookie? Me, Ma. Grandma. You bather. Okay, who, whatever. Okay. Has anyone else touched your cookie? Yes. Who touched your cookie? Papa. What did Papa do to your cookie? She grabbed her hand, started scrubbing it really hard, and she went to action of him doing it. I told him, I'll stop, out. I'll stop, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I want him to stop, and she fell into my arms. I told my homegirl, I said, get your phone right now and press record. Because just like that video, Rita crazy, Rita be lying, Rita think everybody supposed to be molested because I was molested. This baby sat there and I asked her again, so it could be on the recordings, what happened. So I asked her just verbatim, how I asked her just then, did anybody ever touch you? Your cookie? She repeated the same exact, but this time she was scared because she saw the camera. She say, Papa. She whispered his name, Papa. And then this time, we say, what did you do? She did this. I say, oh, you were crying. I get it. That's what that motion was. So she started hugging it to me, and you could hear on the audio. She said, I say, okay, no more questions. I didn't want to ask her nothing else after, she started crying in my arms. So I say, to the family member. I say, get this baby. I put the car in reverse because one thing about it, I've been there. Like they say, I'm a liar. I'm this, that, and the third. I said, we're going to take this baby to her parents right now and see what they got to say about this. As we about to pull out, the video camera shows in the car, Michelle and Richard pulling in there. I said, well, look at God. I hopped out the car and ran over to them. I said, y'all need to look at this video right now. So she's like, what she just said? She heard her, Papa. My sister, Michelle, hopped out the car and ran in the house. Richard sat there like this. He not even flinching. He not even how a man should get about their child. You hearing her and she's crying. Those tears coach too, so she goes in the house. My mama dead asleep. You can see she knocked out. So she goes, Mama, what the hell is going on? What? Oh, we're not finna fight? Okay. Well, Ma, this sick sucker is touching your granddaughter while you in here sleeping. They lying. She rolling out. They lying. No. I was here watching the baby the whole time. Ain't nobody. How you watching? Where's the baby right now since you was watching her this whole time? Where is she at this point of we telling you this? Where's she at?
You accused Robert of doing this to your son, right?
Yes, sir.
What did the police do with the Robert investigation?
So my baby, he was way younger than my niece at the time. So he would just really learn how to get around, walking everything.
Yeah.
So all he was able to tell him was the number 8, truck, the number 8, truck.
What does that mean?
They didn't know, we didn't know.
How did you know why did you think your son was molested?
Because we was in the car one day, and me and Michelle was in the front seat. Robert and my son in the back seat. We looked in the back, both of us, me and Michelle, his hand is up under my baby butt. As he lifting it up, my baby had to like jump up a little bit, you know, because, so we snapping. What you know what you doing, man? Da, 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 da.
And what did he say?
He running the house to my mama so he could have somebody have his side. Wait, y'all, wait. Hold up, don't go. Wait,
But the
let's talk
police
about
done
this.
came.
They say they couldn't get much because he's a baby. He
Right.
wasn't talking much.
Why would he touch your son with you 2 feet away?
Because he has a wife that goes for everything. That's
Your mom.
Yeah. She ain't gonna believe these bees, probably how he thinking. And he gets, he in his world, he in the world. So he got comfortable. He tested my mama in all areas to see how far can he go.
Now, when you were younger, he was your stepfather?
No, she was married 2 times before
Okay,
him.
but I'm saying, how old were you when he came in your life?
I was like 15.
Well, let's meet your mom, Shalonda.
Rita, be for real.
All these
Rita,
years,
no,
you done allowed
no,
all this stuff to
no,
happen.
no,
One thing you're not
no.
gonna do is sit up here and lie
sitting up here saying
about
all of
anybody
this.
touching
All
on
of
me,
this, Rita.
anybody touching on your
Rita.
grandchildren.
No,
They're the
Rita.
ones saying it.
No,
They're the ones
Rita.
saying it.
You sitting up here,
Your grandkids
fabricating a
is
whole
the
lot
one.
of stuff.
How,
if
Mom?
you feel that way,
How?
you live with me,
How?
Rita.
How, Mama?
You living in my house with me.
What that supposed to mean that you allow
Come
him
on,
to still
Rita.
do what he does?
Be for real.
He's still
Be
doing what
for
he does.
real.
Be not for real. You've
Be
been allowing this
for
stuff for
real.
years. You
What?
allowed to have your whole
Okay,
family.
whatever,
Me,
Rita.
my grandkids, and
Whatever,
all.
Rita,
You.
whatever. Call me a bitch again. Call me one. I want you to.
She accused your husband, Robert, of touching her son, right?
Yes,
But she allows her son to be in the same house with Robert.
yes. And the cops told her, and she know if she make any more allegations up, they're going to arrest her.
They ain't say that.
Police said that to her?
Yes,
They
he said
never
that.
said that.
Do
Those
you
people ain't
think-
never say that. They said my son ever say he did
Do
it,
you
call
think
him.
Robert,
That's
your
what they
husband,
said.
molested either grandson or granddaughter?
No, I do not believe it because he's not that type of person. He already raised 2 girls already. Then he's a football coach of boys and was a girls.
Yeah. So he's around a lot of kids.
Yes.
And he's never had any outside accusation.
No.
Rita says that your ex has molested her, that she's a victim of all this. Is that true?
No.
Were you ever aware that your
No.
ex has molested her?
No.
She never came to you and said, Mom,
No.
these men are
Nah,
molesting
I'm
me?
telling you the straight up truth. No.
All right, let's meet Robert. How you doing, Robert?
How you doing, Steve?
Did you molest either of Michelle's or Rita's children?
No, sir.
No. Why do you think you're being accused?
I think it's something in their past,
Do you-
Because
do-
we've been
yeah.
together a long time. When I met, I always call her Nana. When we met, they was little girls.
Right.
And it's just the craziest stuff that I done ever in my whole life experience. Because they crazy as hell.
How does it make you feel that they're saying you are a pedophile?
Come on, man. That's the most horrible thing a man could hear. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I done been in prison.
No.
Do you hear me? I done been to prison.
Not for anything like this.
No.
Okay.
Messing around with dope and robbing.
Yeah.
When I was young.
Yeah.
I done did 16 years.
Wow.
I don't even play.
Yeah.
And-
I would think at this stage in life, that's got to be behind
Yeah,
you.
I'm 64 years old.
Yeah.
I've been in federal prison, did 8 years.
Yeah.
And I made it in my heart, I don't want to go back to prison and did this kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's got to scare you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's meet Michelle and Rashad.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
What's up, Steve? Do you think that Robert molested your daughter?
I'm going to say
my daughter came to me and told me, 'cause I asked her, and after all the craziness, I asked her when we got home, and she said, Papa touched my cookie.
Right.
This is the reason why we're here today, because I don't want to say, oh, I don't believe my daughter.
Right, but do you think your sister coached her to say that?
Honestly, I can't say she did coach her, because how she's acting and going about it, no, I can't say she did that.
Yeah. Robert Kamer took a lie detector test because he is accused of touching Michelle and Rashad's daughter, 3-year-old daughter. We asked him, did you inappropriately touch Rita's son for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Did you ever inappropriately touch Michelle's 3-year-old daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. The results came back the same to both of those questions. And it came back that Robert told the truth. How do you feel about the results?
I'm satisfied with the results.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all. Don't say mine. Good luck to y'all. What up, Michelle?
Hey, Rita! We got to get to your results. Rita, who ran off the stage, we asked her, did you fabricate a story that Robert molested your son? She answered no. Did you fabricate a story that Robert inappropriately touched your niece? She answered no. Did you coach your niece to say Robert inappropriately touched her? She answered no. The results came back all the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that Rita did not tell the truth. Now, what I'd like to know is,
You on TV, baby.
does anybody want to go back and talk to Rita?
No, I don't.
It's no talking to
It's
her.
like being a dead horse.
Oh, she's coming. Anybody want to come with me?
You go by your...
You got bodyguards.
Did you coach your niece to say Robert inappropriately touched her? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
Because I don't know how to take no damn test when I'm already mad. I'm upset.
But that's
He
not
has
why
no
you failed.
emotions.
But that's not why you failed.
Man, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what the show say. I didn't ask to be on your show, Steve. I could have came on here on another platform. This is and I don't care to be on the show for this mess.
But the
I know
problem
what
is-
he did.
But he didn't do anything.
Okay, I'm done then.
Yeah,
don't,
you know
don't
what?
talk to me
Get
then.
the hell off
don't
my
talk
stage.
To me then. Don't talk to me then. Don't talk
Oh, let's
to me
get a
then.
chair throw. Hey, everybody wants a chair throw? So what you have there, that is the guilty runaway, right? I got busted, I got caught, and I'm gonna run as fast as I can. That's what that is. Again, what I was saying, she really could put this guy in a really bad position, dangerous position. He admits to being open and honest, hey, when I was a young guy, I did some bad things, I went to jail. Can you imagine facing charges like that, going back to prison for being a child molester? I mean, really bad situation. I hope that your sister stops lying about stuff like this, about molesting your grandson and your granddaughter. And it just causes, she tried to, you guys are fighting, she's coming over, swinging on you at your house. I mean, nobody wants to live like that, right?
No, that's
Nobody.
why I stay away.
So I hope that she comes to her senses. It is family, it's your sister. I'm not saying, get rid of her.
I love my child. I love her.
Of
It's
course.
no doubt about it in my mind. I do
course.
love
Stop
her.
being
But I
crazy.
hope that she stops with all the family drama and that you guys can just be a normal family, enjoy each other.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Glad you closed the meeting.
That's the part I
Jasmine claims she can't co-parent with her ex, Brandon, because he's deliberately trying to exclude her from their 2-year-old son's life. But according to Brandon, during their son's second birthday party, Jasmine told him, the next time you see your son, he'll be dead. After that, Jasmine was investigated by Child Protective Services over allegations that she had beaten her son and her 2 foster daughters with a belt. And now Jasmine suspects Brandon and his girlfriend Pepe made the CPS report against her. And Brandon suspects his son is being abused by Jasmine. You feel like they're trying to cut you out of your son's life, right?
Yes.
What's going on?
We had my son 2 years ago, and we had to go through fertility process, which I paid all of it for. Prior to us getting pregnant, we had took in 2 foster kids. They almost immediately asked us if we would adopt them. We agreed to adopt the girls prior to getting pregnant with my son. Once he got with his girlfriend.
Pepe.
And then once he kind of was deciding that he was going to stay with her, then he backed out of the adoption.
Are you 2 married?
We're not married.
You're not married?
No.
Okay.
So prior to me finding out about her, we were co-parenting pretty well. He was coming to my house on his weekends. He was staying at my house on his weekends. He was sleeping in the bed with me and my son on his weekends. I didn't know till today that supposedly they've been together since July of that year, but he's been staying at my house in July. He was staying at my house in August. He was staying at my house in September after supposedly they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
Fast forward to December, he came to me, we had a conversation. He told me, let's work on us. He started coming back to my house, spending the night. We was doing things with the kids.
So how did it end then?
He ghosted me the weekend after New Year's. And so I went to his job to confront him, like, what is going on?
Right.
How are we working on us? But you ghosted me. He came up with a lie, talking about he went to Florida with his sisters and that the girl went, but there was nothing going on. Then I called her. We eventually agreed to meet up. We met up. We had a conversation. I explained to her that Brandon, the whole month of December, was staying at my house. We were sleeping together, unprotected. We was working on our relationship. We was doing family things. He was at my house Christmas.
What
We
did she
taking
say?
family pictures. Oh, he told me he was just being nice to you because he wanted to see the kids. And I'm like, but so sleeping at my house, sleeping with me and all of that is him being nice to me? And
Certainly sounds nice.
I guess.
Do you still want to be with Brandon?
I do want to be with Brandon.
Yeah.
I waited.
Do you think there's a chance of that happening?
According to him, when we speak about it, it's still a chance.
Do you trust Pepe around your son?
I don't trust her around my son. I don't feel like she'll harm my son, but I don't also feel like she's going to try to be his mother when she's around him.
What happened at this birthday party?
So at the birthday party, we went off for a walk. We was talking. Initially, the conversation started out great. Then we started arguing. He said some things that hurt my feelings clearly. And so I did say, the next time you see me or my son, we will be dead. And
you said we?
Yeah, we.
Not just him?
No.
Not your son?
No.
You said your son and me will be dead?
Yes.
Why would you say such a thing?
Because I was just angry.
Yeah.
I was angry.
But I mean,
wanted
it's something
to-
unusual for a mom
It
to
is
say.
something very unusual for a mom to say, but I feel like nothing phases him. And so
You were trying to really
I
phase
was
him.
trying to really make him feel how he's been making me feel these last
So then
couple
CPS
of
got
months.
involved because of that statement.
I'm not really clear.
But it would be a reason if
I mean,
somebody
of
calls
course.
CPS and says, hey,
Yeah.
she talked about killing her kid
Yeah.
and herself.
Of course.
That'd be a reason. What happened with the CPS investigation?
So about a month after that situation, CPS was called. So I left work. In the car, I called Brandon, like, did you call Child Protective Services on me? Because they're at the daycare. No, I didn't call Child Protective Services on you. What do you mean they're at the daycare? Well, then if you didn't do it, meet me at the daycare.
Who do you think called?
Initially, my thought was him.
Right.
He came after the investigator left. We spoke. He spoke to one of my family members that were with me. So immediately, my thought was like, well, dang, maybe he didn't because of his reaction. Like, he was angry, he was crying, he was hurt, he was, all of the things. And the family member that was with me, she just kept saying, I don't know, Jazz, I really just feel like it wasn't him. So my next thought was 2 other people, which was her and another family member of mine.
You think Pepe called?
Yes.
Okay. Do you ever physically discipline your kids?
I discipline my children.
With
Yes.
how do you do that?
I'll pop them.
What is a pop?
A pop or a pop on the leg. Punishment, corner.
What happened to your son's ear?
Yeah, I was putting away laundry. My kids were running back and forth from my room to their room. And next thing I know, my son is crying. He comes to me, I pick him up. I'm like, what happened? But he's uncontrollably crying. I feel something on my arm. I look down, I see blood. And immediately I put him down so I can kind of see where's this blood coming from. I noticed it was his ear. When I seen his ear, I almost wanted to throw up. I called 911 immediately. I called my family members immediately because I knew we have to go to the hospital.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
I mean, that's a
Still
pretty
don't know.
jagged cut.
It
in
is
his
a
ear.
jagged cut. So while we was in the hospital, yeah, it's bad.
I don't even like looking at
A
that.
piece of it actually had to be taken off on the bottom.
Oh, he's 2 years old.
He's 2 years old.
Could he verbalize to you what happened?
He kept saying his sister. So when I got to the hospital, called me, and she had my kids, and she said that my oldest daughter said that my middle daughter was trying to cut his hair and cut his ear.
Yeah, but you didn't do it.
I did not cut
All
his
right, let's meet Brandon.
So you feel like I would abuse my child? You feel like I would abuse my child?
Who else
You
did
feel
it?
like
You
I would
can't come up
abuse
with
my
no
child.
liable excuse
You
on
feel
how
like
his
I
ear
would
cut.
abuse
Who
my
else was
child.
in the house?
What other bruises have you seen on him at your
a lot.
house? When?
All the marks that I called you
Okay,
and asked
so
you about.
When?
Every time you let me get in.
When? What time? What marks?
The
Where was
marks
these
on
marks?
his back, the marks
What
on his face, the
back? What
multiple
marks on
times
his
he's
face?
been to the hospital with all these bumps.
He's
I ain't
been to
trying
the
to hear
hospital
that.
as an infant, and he went to the
Right, he's
hospital
still
for
an infant.
anal
What are you
stenosis.
talking
He's
about?
not.
He
He's
ain't
a
that
toddler.
old. He's
He's a
2.
toddler, and you was with me for most of the time that he went in the hospital. And let's not act like you don't abuse, if you want to call it abuse, because you have spanked the girls.
I
So say
popped
you
them
haven't.
just like you.
Okay, so then where's the abuse?
I didn't say that you were an abuser. You brought me here trying to see if I was.
I didn't bring you here to see if you was an abuser. I brought you here to see if you called Child Protective Services on me to try to take our son.
Did you?
I did, no.
No, you didn't call.
Absolutely not.
When
I've told her multiple times.
When she made that statement to you at the birthday party about the next time you're going to see your son, me and him are going to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
What ran through your head?
I kind of started panicking in my head. I got emotional, started tearing up, and got in my car, pulled off.
You're a great actor.
When's the last time you saw your son?
In the hospital on 4th of July.
Okay. Why haven't you seen him since then?
She won't let me.
No, I don't let you see him.
Why?
Because I told you could see him whenever you want. Don't bring her.
This is your son.
Right.
Do you make an effort to see him?
No.
Yes, very much so.
How,
I call
what
her
happens?
all the time.
No, but
You don't.
You know where your son's at, right?
Yes.
Why don't you just go over there?
Because she'll call the police.
And I've never called the police on you. I've never called the police on you.
That's
the
a bold
only
face
time
lie.
I called
She's
the police
called the police on
excuse
me
me,
multiple
the
times.
only time I called the cops on you, Brandon, was one time and you choked me in
That's
her
not
driveway.
true.
That is the only time.
That is
All
not
the
true.
other times the cops came,
That
all
is
the
not
other
true.
times the
Is
cops
that-
came,
is that
it's because
true?
you called them. You
Yes,
called
I
them.
Did you
Yes.
choke her?
You called
Yes.
them with my son
you
in his
choked her?
hand.
Yes.
With my
She
son in
started
his
hitting
arm.
me.
I
She
didn't
tried to-
touch you.
she
I
tried
didn't
to take
touch you.
my
I had
son
the
out
text
my arms.
messages
It
of you
was- it
saying
was
you
my
didn't even. I
weekend.
didn't touch you, and you
Did
apologizing
the
for
police?
choking me.
What happened when the police got there?
They
They
said the
took
same
both
thing.
stories, no marks,
there
so
was-
they couldn't
Right.
do nothing.
All right. Do you love her?
No, not anymore.
Do you-
I have love for her because
So
she's
you don't
the
want
mother
to
of
be
my,
back with
no.
her? Were you falsely leading her on by after when you were with Pepe, sleeping at her house, making love to her?
Because apparently y'all been together
So-
since July. I've been asking you, when did you get with her? You kept telling me we ain't start dealing with each other till October. You've been at my house in July, but you told producers you and her been together since July. She told producers that you and her been together since July.
We met in July.
No, that's not
We
what you
met
said.
at a
Okay,
4th of July
That's not what you
party.
said. That's
But
not what you said.
Again, I was single.
Right. but I'm
Doesn't
saying,
matter, but you were still
were
sleeping in my bed and
were
sleeping
you-
at my house.
So is that true?
Yes, this was the only way I was able to see my
The
child.
lies.
I used to take him-
Lies.
I used to take him
He had the
and
option
go
to
to
come
my
to my
friend's
house and see him
house.
or go to his mother's house and see him because I just told you after the weekend he ghosted me when he had my child. I said I'm not going through that type of
Do you
anxiety
see
anymore.
how I can't even talk with her?
Because
right
you're a
now?
liar.
Okay, let's bring out, she's your current girlfriend?
Yes.
Pepe.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. And you're a delusional. And you're delusional. And you're delusional, bitch.
Oh, you
because
is.
he was the whole time.
The whole time.
That's fine. She could be
You
too.
a liar.
What bitch stays that's still
Girl, if it...
right? Because you know he was sleeping at my house. You knew he was sleeping at my house. You knew he was sleeping at my house. I didn't know nothing about you,
hold
but
on.
you knew about me.
Hold on. Did you call CPS on her?
Oh, no, sir.
No, she didn't. No, she tried to lie. She tried to sit down and lie to me in the conversation.
We asked Pepe, did you make a notification to CPS by means of a phone call about Jasmine abusing her children with a belt? You answered no. Do you have personal knowledge of who notified CPS in reference to Jasmine abusing her children with a belt? You answered no. Did you participate in any way with notification to CPS in reference to any investigation of abuse of children by Jasmine? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Pepe told the truth.
So what you gonna say now?
You still can't be around my child. You still can't. I don't look dumb. I look dumb because I wanted to answer.
No,
I look dumb because I wanted to answer. So what? Then you still can't be around my child. So that's fine.
You look dumb.
I don't care.
Okay, Brandon, you took a lie detector test.
Yep.
And we asked you, did you make a notification to CPS by means of a phone call about Jasmine abusing her children with a belt? You answered no. Do you have personal knowledge of who notified CPS in reference to Jasmine abusing her children with a belt? You answered no. Did you participate in any way with the notification to CPS in reference to an investigation of abuse of children by Jasmine? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Brandon told the truth.
Another dumb.
I'm happy that they didn't do it.
You
I'm
didn't
happy
call on
more
yourself,
so
right?
that he didn't do it.
You didn't call on
I
yourself.
did not.
Okay. All right, Jasmine.
You just crazy.
You took multiple lie detector
I did.
tests, and I'm going to read the first one,
Okay.
and then we'll get to the other two.
Okay.
We asked Jasmine, did you make the phone call and notification to CPS on yourself? She answered no. Did you have someone you know make the call to CPS on yourself? You answered no. Results came back to both questions. It came back that you told the truth. We asked you, did you ever at any time strike your 4-year-old foster daughter with a belt? You answered yes. You did strike your
They
daughter.
had a spanking before by both
With the
me
belt?
and him.
With the belt?
Yes, it was up high. Brandon's done it too. So yeah. Go ahead.
So you used the belt.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you should be using the belt?
No, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. 4-year-old? No.
Yeah.
Did you ever at any time strike your 5-year-old foster daughter with a belt? You answered yes.
Correct.
And I'm just suggesting
Same
maybe
situation.
you don't do that.
Right.
Okay. Did you ever at any time strike your 2-year-old with the belt? You answered no. Did you cause the laceration to your son's ear? You answered no. Did you cut your son's ear for punishment purposes? Whew, that'd be terrible. You answered no. Results came back all the same, and it came back that Jasmine told the truth. I'm going to ask you to leave the stage,
Thank you.
Pepe.
Because she can't control herself.
That's fine. Because, but here's the deal. When it comes down to it,
Right.
it's your son and her son. You're not going to be together anymore, and I'm sure that probably hurts you a little
It
bit.
does.
Yes. Can he come over and see your
I
son?
told him he could anytime.
Are you
going to
go over there and see your son?
That's the only way I can see my son.
Will
is
you
if I
do
go
that?
spend time with
Will
her.
you- You
don't have to
I
spend time
have
with him.
multiple
He hasn't.
times.
He hasn't.
She
But
just
not
said I
since-
was staying at her house just
Before
to
her.
see my kid.
Before her.
It's the only reason
But
I
you
was
haven't
It
s-
wasn't because you was
Okay,
in my
hold on a
house sleeping
second.
with me.
You haven't seen your son since July. Mm-hmm. Will you go over there, say, in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I just don't want to sit at her house.
I understand that.
So I've offered
Listen,
to take him
at
out.
some point, you got to get over your hurt feelings, because if you don't, the only person that's going to pay for it is your
It's our
son. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck to you. Maribel says she was told by a family member that her mother, Cindy, witnessed her being abused as a child, but chose to turn around and walk away. While Cindy denies witnessing Maribel being abused, she admits to walking in on her ex sexually abusing a young boy. And there's more. Cindy's other daughter, Samantha, believes her mother stole her identity and ruined her credit. Today, both daughters need answers, but Cindy claims she's the true victim, and their relationships hinge on these results. Did your mom ever tell you any of this before about this sexual abuse? And
No, I heard it from my grandmother.
what did she tell you?
She told me that my mom walked in on me and another child, and that it was happening to the other child, and she walked in and she walked out. She didn't do anything. She didn't call
So your mom
anyone.
walked in, and a guy that she had been with at the time,
An ex, yes.
an ex, was sexually abusing a child
Right.
in her house,
Right.
and you're there.
And me and my sister were both there on the couch playing around, just
Yeah.
playing while this
and
is happening.
she sees this guy abusing this young boy,
Right,
and she turned around and walked out.
right.
Did you confront your mother?
I did.
Or what did she say?
She played the victim. She said none of it happened, that everyone's just lying on her, that CPS is lying on her.
She's really mad at you and your sister.
I know she is.
It's just that you're ungrateful.
But we're mad too, and we have every reason to be. And she's mad because she's getting exposed.
She's getting exposed. Did you see the CPS records?
Yes.
And what did they say?
When I aged out of foster care, I received this big binder, and it's so big because we were raised by foster homes. That's how big it is.
You and your sister were taken away.
When we were little, yes.
Yeah.
She never raised us, so for her to say we're disrespectful to her and that she would do anything for us, no, she didn't. She never took classes. She never cared to fill out paperwork that she needed to fill. She didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything to get you back.
She didn't do anything to get us back.
What did the paperwork say?
The paperwork stated that we were sexually assaulted, sexually abused, physically, mentally, sexually abused.
And they have a medical examination of you, and they found that you were invaded.
And it's all in paperwork, although it doesn't say no names, but it's all there, and it's lies. CPS is lying on her. Everyone's lying on her.
I'm told that she stole your identity.
Yes.
How did she do that?
That's the one she loves doing. She gets credit cards out in our name. There was an incident when I was about 8 months pregnant. Me and her were in the car, and she tells me she needs my face recognition on her phone. Now, I'm looking at the phone like, why do you need my face recognition for whatever you're doing on the phone? It says tax something on the top. So I make up some kind of excuse to go inside. I'm tired. It's late. So I'm tired. I go inside. But I just can't forget that how she just tried to rob me and my daughter of whatever she was trying to do.
She tried to use your ID for taxes.
Right. And she put my daughter on that information.
If the show doesn't go the way your mom wants, she's going to call CPS on you and your child.
Right. I received a message that if the show doesn't go in her favor, that she was going to call CPS on me and she was going to expose me.
For what?
I don't know what she has to expose, but I'm a good mom.
Let's meet your mother, Cindy.
To us our
You're
whole
so
life.
full. You're full.
No, you
Everything you say is a lie because I haven't even texted you anything about this show. I haven't texted you anything about it.
And that's not you're worrying about that, but that's not the bigger problem. The bigger problem is molestation. The bigger problem is the fraud. You're worrying about one little piece of the show. The bigger problem, what about the molestation?
I didn't know anything about it. As soon as
But
I
you
found out, I
waited
called the
you
cops.
waited 6 hours. 6 hours
Yes,
and you
because I didn't want
you
CPS to
called
take
grandma.
me
You didn't
away.
call the cops. You
Yes,
called
I
grandma.
called grandma crying.
No, don't act like you was just trying to protect me. You protected yourself and you protected him. That's what you did. Oh, that's why you can't think of. That's why you can't think of anything else to say. All you're saying is the same thing. She acts
I'm
like
the
it.
victim too.
You're
She
the
acts like
victim.
it. She acts
I'm
like
not
it.
saying that only you're the victim. I'm the victim too. I walked in.
How are you the victim?
I walked in on my ex
Doing what?
sexually abusing another child. Another child. Not Maribel, not Samantha.
Well,
another child.
Yeah. And what did you do?
I took him to his mom's house
No,
because I wanted away from
no. When you saw it happening, you saw it with your own eyes. What did you do?
I yelled. I was bitching. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, you were bitching.
I yelled. I didn't know what to do. The kids were right there.
So what did you do?
I took him away from the kids. I took him away. I didn't want him around my kids.
Did you take him away or did you walk out?
No, I didn't walk out. I didn't walk out.
Why did your mother say that you just turned around and walked out?
My mom has always tried to put my kids against me, and it works. It works.
She didn't want you to be close to your kids.
She didn't want me to be close to my kids. She didn't want me to have anything to do with my kids.
Why? Why would your mom lie?
Because my mom has always hated me. My mom has always hated me.
Why?
She's always hated me.
You're always a victim.
She had a child and she said, I'm going to hate this child.
Well, she did.
So then you walked in, you took your ex out of the room.
I took him away from
the kids.
Yes, but I called the cops that night.
When? How long after the incident?
6 hours.
Why'd you wait 6 hours?
Because I didn't know what to do. Because I didn't
You
want
didn't
CPS.
know what to do?
I didn't want CPS
How did you know to call the cops?
I called my mom crying and I
she
told
told
her
you.
what happened.
So your mom said, call the police.
Yes.
So
you
needed your mother who hates you.
my mom to come to
You needed your mama who hates you to tell you, hey, just got sexually assaulted. You better call the cops.
I wanted my
You
mom
have no mother
to come to
instincts.
San Antonio.
You have no mother instincts.
And you do?
I do.
No, you don't.
I do because
No, you
I will
don't.
never put my daughter through what you put me through.
Let's bring your daughter, your sister, Samantha up. How's your mom treated you?
You treated me like garbage. You
Okay.
you treated me like I was nothing.
Okay.
You abused us. You threw stuff at us. All we ever wanted was for you to love us. You were supposed to be our mother. You didn't take care of us. You're not our mother. Yes, you gave birth to us, but you are not our mother. A
Okay.
mother would not do this to us.
Okay. Not saying anymore.
You were supposed to love us.
Okay.
Now, did your mom ask you to communicate with the sexual
Yes.
abuser?
Yes.
She says she didn't tell you to do that. That
It
you
was
wanted.
my birthday, and after we had went out to eat, it was a visit because we were still in CPS. After we had went out to eat, she had the phone. She handed it to me and she said, "Talk." I didn't know who was on the phone. I didn't know who it was. So I started talking to this man who was still in prison at the time. But still, why would you get me to talk to someone? You walked in molesting a kid. A kid!
If she
fails, that gives
way,
either way,
it's a done deal. Either way.
Either way, whether I'm
Because
saying the truth or not. So I don't want to
You're
know
not
anything.
saying the truth. You're running again.
You're running away. It's like you don't know how to... Come on.
I'm glad I'm wearing my Fitbit today.
Why are you running away, huh?
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
You
Is it
knew
because
what
you
we
know
were
you're
coming
wrong?
for. You knew
know
what we were
you're
coming
wrong? That's what it is, right? You know you're wrong, right? You know you're wrong. And you know why are you running away? Is it because you can't? Oh, I'm about to drag her back. Drag me back! Drag me back!
All right, listen, we're going to go out on stage, we're going to read the results, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, okay?
Come on.
Okay. All right, listen. Very, very confrontational. I mean, on some level, you can understand
You don't know. It's worse when you're not around.
But you know what
it's
I do?
worse.
But
They've gang up on me. They've beat me up.
How old are you? How old are you?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, but my point is you're a grown woman, right?
I just wanted them. I want them away from me. I want them out of my face.
They're over there.
I want them out of my face.
Okay, they're not in your face.
They are in my face. They're right there. They're in my face.
They're your daughters.
I don't care. I'm done with them.
Okay,
I'm done.
We're going to read the results, and then you're going to go on your way. I have 2 children, and if they didn't want anything to do with me, if they all hated me, and if my own parents hated me, I would have
Just
to say,
get them away from me,
I'd have
please,
to say,
Steve.
you know what, Steve?
Get them away from me.
Maybe you're the problem. And the saddest thing in my life would be is if my kids hated me.
How can you see that they're not
But
the problem?
I wouldn't blame my kids for hating me. I'd have to say, I did something wrong. So we asked you, did you have knowledge that Maribel was being sexually abused by your ex prior to contacting the police? Did you ever observe your ex sexually abuse Maribel? Did you ever have knowledge that Samantha was being sexually abused by your ex prior to contacting the police? Did you ever observe your ex sexually abuse Samantha? You answered no. And we didn't get results. We got inconclusive results because you were purposefully being non-cooperative.
I did the lie detector test.
You didn't do it. You
I
don't
did
do
it.
Listen, I've done almost 3,000 shows now. We do this lie
I've
detector all the
done 'em.
time.
I've done the test.
You wouldn't answer. You talked. You were moving around. You did not want to answer. You did not want to cooperate with the lie detector test. So unfortunately, we couldn't get a conclusive result because she took steps to evade answering the question.
You said you were going to take the lie detector test.
Yeah.
You said you were going to do it for us.
She knew.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
You're
Say,
a disrespectful little bitch.
listen.
That's what you are.
Listen.
Disrespectful little bitch. Ever since you can talk.
Okay.
Ever since Maribel can talk, both of you are disrespectful.
We asked you, have you ever obtained a credit card in Maribel's name? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for any utility bill? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for the purpose of committing tax fraud? You answered no. Have you ever used Maribel's name for the purpose of committing fraud? You answered no. Have you ever obtained a credit card in Samantha's name? She answered no. Have you ever used Samantha's name for the purpose of committing fraud? She answered no, and it came back that Cindy did not tell the truth. Okay. So she's stealing from both of you. She used fraud on both of you.
But the first one came inconclusive, but this one came out lying.
Do I have to explain it to you again,
Lying
genius?
all the time. You're not running anymore.
Okay.
You ruined our lives, and you keep on doing it.
At you.
Okay.
But I'm your
little bitch.
But I'm your favorite.
Yes, you're
crazy.
And I regret having you. I regret having you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Because every time we try to rekindle our relationship, you just all you know how to everything up and play the victim.
You're crazy.
I want to tell you something.
No, I don't want
I wanna
anything
tell-
to do with
I'm
them.
going to say something
I'm
to you,
so
and then
happy.
you can go, okay?
Because you know
I
what?
want to
We do
say something to you,
everything for
and then you can go.
We do everything for
I
your
want to
daughter,
tell you,
so
you're
it's
my
okay.
favorite.
Because they're not going to take her away.
You're my favorite. You're my favorite mother. Just like Maribel's your favorite, you are
And
mothers I've
And
ever had
they're
on
the
my show.
worst daughters
And you
you
can take
can
your
know.
ass and get the hell out of my studio. We don't want mothers and children not to be together, but I can honestly say, you are way better off with her out without, not in your life.
We just came to get the closure we needed.
You know the truth now, and I hope that you can find, love and comfort in each other and the rest of your siblings, and you just cut her out of your life.
Right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
She's
I'm
your
a huge
biggest
fan.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Just a few months ago, Sophia says that CPS received 4,000 anonymous phone calls after a video of her being sexually inappropriate with her 1-year-old son went viral. And CPS investigation confirmed that Sophia's actions threatened harm of sexual exploitation of her young son. Sophia says she received social media messages threatening to come to her house to physically harm her, saying she needs to be on the sex offender registry.
My friend ended up showing me the video. They was like, "Did you see this?" I'm like, "See what?" So Sophia twerking at her son. I'm like, "What the world?" And then so it was a lot of people sharing it, resharing it. When it went viral, it was a lot of comments. People was harassing Sophia, saying they gonna call CPS. She gonna get her kids taken away from doing that.
Did you sexually molest your son?
Steve, I won't be here if I molested my son. I would have made the call to come here.
Yeah. You called to come on the show.
Yes.
So what happened?
Pretty much what happened was my friend called me one night. She was like, "Want to come over? I ain't seen her in a minute." I'm like, "Yeah." So she comes, she gets me. We drive to her house. We get there, we're like, "You want a drink? Let's get a bottle." We ain't seen each other in a minute. I had my son, she had her daughter. So, I took a couple shots. I wasn't drunk, and then pretty much
You would say that you were a little intoxicated though, right?
I only had 2 shots, but I usually drink way more than that. So to me, no, I wasn't drunk at all.
So in that video, you don't feel the alcohol?
No.
No. I'd almost advise you to say, yeah, you were intoxicated. I say that because I'm watching that video and I'm like, you did that sober? Like, my thing is, why, I understand, first of all, twerking was like a huge thing, I don't know, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a very sexually suggestive move, right?
Correct.
Why would you do it on your 1-year-old son?
Really, at the time, I just wasn't thinking of it the way that it looked, or the way, my son, he runs up,
He loves you.
Yeah, but he'll, hug me from the back, he laughs about it, he was laughing the whole time.
Right.
But
So let me ask you this. When you watch that videotape now, what do you think?
I shouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
But
Did you know you were being videoed?
No.
So this was your friend videotaping you? And how did it get out into the world is what I'm asking.
I guess this girl that didn't like me screen recorded the live, which I never knew she was on live to begin with. Screen recorded it and posted it. But at the time my phone was broke, my screen didn't work. I couldn't see the post at all for a couple of days.
Right.
I could hear my phone go off for hours. Next minute, I tell Suri, hold the button down, tell her to call my friend, log into my Facebook, see what's going on. She's like, "Well, that live, it went viral." I'm like, "What live?" She's like, "I went live when we was at the house." And I'm like, "And you just didn't tell me, you just..."
And people that saw this live had a pretty brutal reaction to it, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things that you heard?
People were saying I was touching my baby. I didn't get him taken away. People were telling me not to leave my house with him, or they was gonna take him from me, and just all types of crazy.
CPS got involved?
Yes.
And what happened with that?
So pretty much a couple days later, CPS contacted me, telling me that there was 4,000 CPS calls made.
This is an extremely high number.
Yes.
I mean, that might set the record.
People were emailing the videos to CPS, sending, kept sending and sending and sending. So they called me, they're just like, "We need to come see him, da-da-da." I let them see him, seeing he was okay. He wasn't, they didn't, tell me to take him to a doctor to get checked or anything, but, he was fine, he was happy. They told me pretty much, you gotta take parenting classes. You can't leave the house with him. I be having to get my groceries delivered because I can't leave the house with my own son.
So they said you can't leave the house with your son.
Yeah.
What was the...
Until it blew over.
until it blew over. Because they were concerned that there was a lot of people very angry
Yeah,
with
my
you.
address got leaked all over Facebook.
How has this affected you?
Really, just a lot of judgment. I feel like people looked at it in the wrong way because I never would touch my baby. Like, I love him so much, I didn't mean for the video to come off in that way.
Other than this video, have you ever done anything inappropriate with
No.
your son? Yeah. And your son is like 1 year old?
Yeah.
How old exactly is he? Like,
He's 1.5.
so is he verbal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't really understand the ramifications of this video.
Right.
Except that his life's impacted because he can't leave wherever you're
Yeah.
living.
Isolated.
Yeah. Anybody close to you ever say, "What the are you doing, Sophia?"
Yeah, my sister called me.
And what did she say to you?
What are you doing, Sophia?
I mean, I think that's probably 99.9% of the people we're all watching. Like, again, I don't make the leap of, oh my God, you're sexually inappropriate. But I go, what the hell are you doing to your own kid? Like, so this is my thing to you. You're moving forward as a mom. You're obviously, this has been a terrible experience for you. What stops you from doing something so ill-advised with your child moving forward?
Really, just the risk of losing my son. I never want to lose my baby.
But not even that.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be
His
a
protector.
role model
Yeah,
for your
role
child.
model.
Yeah. All right, your friend Alma is here. She was a good friend of you, but I guess she backed off a little bit because of all this backlash too. Let's bring her out. Alma.
Sophia, I hope you pass this test.
I'm gonna pass.
I hope so.
I'm telling you.
Hi, Steve.
How you doing?
I'm good.
When you watch that video, what runs through your mind?
Well, I just felt disgusted because I got a son myself, and I be leaving my son with her, and I don't know what could have been going on ever
You
since I
wouldn't
seen
want
that
her
video.
doing that to your son.
At all.
Hell no. You know, that's like if you were in a strip club, that's the kind of thing that you expect to happen to you in a strip club.
Right.
Right? But you've been friends with her, right?
Yes.
So before this video happened, before her twerking in her son's face, what did you think of Sophia as a mom?
Sophia, she's actually a good mom. Sophia, you are a good
Yes.
mom.
You were live with me.
Her son
She was
loves
there?
Elma lived with me for a little while.
Oh, but
like
you weren't there
before.
when she was doing the twerk
No,
dance.
not
Yeah.
at all.
If you were there and you saw her doing it, would you have said anything?
Well, because I mean that's her and her son.
No, I'm not trying to be. I'm just
Like it
asking.
ain't got nothing to do with me. That's her and her son with it.
Right. But even if so, okay. And again, you're a very young woman too.
Right.
I have lots of decades of experience, I would have said, "What the are you doing?" Like, you know. And I do think alcohol had some play in this, no matter what you say. I think that you had a few drinks, and when we have a few drinks when we're younger, we get crazy. We do stupid things because we lose all of our inhibitions, right? You don't twerk, do you, for your son?
No.
Okay.
No.
She don't really twerk at all, Steve.
No, she doesn't twerk at all?
Exactly, at all. I don't know how, so no.
I gotta admit, either do I. You've kind of backed off because she's received all, this
Yes, because
backlash.
I got a son myself.
And so you're like, you got to put yourself in a safe place for yourself and your son.
Right.
But if she passes her lie detector test,
If Sophia, if you pass your lie detector test, I'm gonna be happy and I'm ready to be back friends with you.
Oh, Steve just to get to the point.
All right. The twerking is bad, but is it a criminal offense? No.
I mean, they're trying to get me for
It's-
that, but
Well, I understand, but I don't know if there's a charge for that. Twerking in the first degree, like, you know.
sent to a registry charge, but
Right,
they
but I'm
sent
but
it
I'm
and
saying
couldn't do anything with
I
it.
don't think you made sexual contact. I don't think you were doing it for your own. But now, if you were failed, it's a whole different story, right?
You're right.
Sophia, you came here, took a lie detector test because you just received, like, again, 4,000 phone calls. 4,000. I gotta imagine CPS.
I know there's that many people in my town, Steve.
Right. But I mean, 4,000, that must have set a CPS record. I'm not even kidding. 4,000? That's crazy. But, so you came here, you took a lie detector test. And we asked you, do you have knowledge of anyone sexually molesting your 1-year-old son? You answered no. Did you ever sexually molest your 1-year-old son for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Sophia told the truth.
Okay, Sophia.
I told you I ain't touch my baby, bro.
Oh my God. Well, I want to say I apologize. For real. I apologize. Oh my God, Sophia.
To all those people that called in on you, what would you like to say to them?
I just hope everyone knows now that I didn't touch my baby. I never would touch my baby.
Oh my God, Sophia.
I'm always mad when I watch something on the news or on social media when people don't do the right thing and say, hey, don't do this or stop this. People don't get involved. So I'm kind of proud of the people that said, hey, this is wrong, and we're going to report it. I think they did the right thing. You shouldn't be doing that. But as a mom, you have to realize you're under the microscope. People are watching you. And like you said, you don't want to lose your son. And you might be young, but you know what's right and wrong. And the one thing is, I'll give you a tip. When you're around your son, you should never drink alcohol. If he's in your care, you shouldn't never screw up your sobriety. You know, if you have somebody watching your son and go out, that's a different story. If you got family members, you babysit, or almost going to take your son with her son and babysit, and you go out and have a good time. Nobody's saying you can't have a good time, but if you are in charge of watching your son, you shouldn't be doing things like that. Oh, let's have some drinks. That's a bad idea. So I think you're going to learn from this lesson. I'm sure you're never going to do that again, and we hope that you're never back on this stage.
Thank you.